Hello, little helper. Surprised to see me? It's true. I didn't think I ever come to your chambers personally. I usually send for you to come to me. I'm just in an uncharacteristically good mood today. How's your day going? That was rhetorical anyway. My day is going just splendid. The plan is working. Kerala the Great Witch has accepted my offer to start manufacturing magical artifacts for her, and my subjects are actually excited to start working on them. They think that after seeing me abuse my magic for so long, they feel like I'm finally sharing some of my power with them. Those foolish little vagrants. So, Kerala is now an ally instead of a threat, and uprisings are at all-time low. They haven't stopped completely, mind you, but there are only a few who still don't trust me. They are the smart ones. It's almost a shame I have to deal with them. Quietly, of course. I can afford to lose this newfound popularity. Anyway, I wanted to celebrate. I'm having the chefs prepare a feast. With no more operations, the kitchen is finally fully stocked again. Would you like to accompany me? That's also rhetorical, of course. Attendance is mandatory. But then, why would you not want to come? It's going to be fabulous. So come along, little helper. It should be almost ready. You know, I had my doubts about you from the beginning. But you really have been so very useful. The last three disasters my abyssal empire has faced have all been solved by you, if only by accident. I wasn't sure about having to do everything in a new day, but it's actually rather gratifying, having allies and loyal subjects. It's so much easier to get people to do what I want when they actually want to in the first place. So it does have its challenge. I'm not very accustomed to pretending to like people. It's exhausted. I'll never understand how you manage to do it all the time. Can you smell that? Almost there. I can't wait. It's been so long since I had a full-on feast. Doesn't that look delicious? Fine meats, fresh fruits, baked goods, all as much as we can eat. Oh well, before now I probably will have had all the excess thrown away. I can say that I'm thrilled about the idea of letting people eat my leftover food. It's good for them. If you ask me. But I'm going to maintain this new image. Then I need to make a few concessions here and there. So after we finish, the servants can take their pick and the rest will be distributed to some of the better behaved commanders. I'm starting to see the merit of a bit of benevolence. I imagine it lets the common rabble pretend that they're not completely at my mercy. So let them have my scraps. Part of me wonders if I'm being true to myself admittedly. The whole reason I decided to rule with an iron fist in the first place was because my father died heartbroken and disrespected because he tried to be a king beloved by his people. But in the end, I think the point is that I don't want to be manipulated. It shouldn't hurt to be somewhat like it, so long as I don't let my subjects rule me. But here I am, prowling on with all this food in front of me. Let's eat. I wonder what I should do with this newfound popularity. It's just not enough to simply oppose rebellions. I often take advantage of this, don't you? Now might be a good opportunity to stop preparing to fight back against the Enster Kingdom's alliance. If I can spend a few years reeling my subjects up and making them think that the alliance pressured me into doing all the things I did, then I could have a whole army of fanatical followers to do my bidding. Much better than unwilling conscript, I would imagine. Not to mention, I'll have Carola on my side. Yes, you're right. That's tactful there. I'm just excited about the prospect, that's all. I think what we should talk about it is me and you. I think our relationship has been thought formal, don't you? I think we ought to be closer. A friend? That's cute, but we can be friends. Friends are equals. And, well, much as I grown to like you, you're hardly my equal. You're more like a favored servant or a beloved pet, a familiar even. You're amusing and useful, and I want you to be by my side more often. Well, we can worry about that label some other time. At any rate, I would like you to spend a portion of each day with me, even if I don't specifically need you. I'll admit, aside from enjoying your company, I have a more practical reason I want you around. I want to understand you and how you think. I mean, naturally, I intend to keep you around and benefit from your unique point of view. But I just can't help but be curious. It amazes me that a commoner like yourself can inspire me to make better decisions without even meaning to. I want to understand how you do it. I think that being around you will help me. I might even go so far as promoting you one day. Grand Advisor has a nice ring on it, don't you think? You could have your own servants and even have a certain amount of sway over the imperial matters. So I can give you a promotion of any kind until you become just a little bit less goody-goody. I realize this part of why you're useful, but I can have a high-ranking official in my empire be a pushover. Maybe I ought to bring you to my Colosseum sometime. Unfortunately, I don't think I can just take random people off the street anymore. But perhaps I could use criminals. Oh, or even spin some sort of a story of how glorious being a gladiator will be, and get willing full volunteers. After enjoying watching a few fights to the death, you might finally develop a healthy bit of bloodlust. Have you tried the roast boar? It's perfectly crisp on the outside. Absolutely divine. It's been ages since I had boar. They're not native to Garil, so I have to export it from another of the kingdoms in the empire. It's incredible how much more food you have access to when your trade routers aren't being destructed. That might make for good propaganda. If I let the commoners have a little bit of my important food, they'll grow attached. I can insist that they couldn't have that kind of variety anywhere except in my empire. Do you see that? You say nothing, absolutely nothing, and yet I never could have come up with it without you here. I thought the first idea you inspired was a fluke, honestly. But it's been a constant occurrence ever since. How do you do it? Of course, you see. You're so useful to me and you have absolutely no idea how you do it. It will be another waste not to keep you by my side where you can inspire me. And maybe that's another thing I can spin to my advantage. If you become more prominent, I can use you as proof that commoners can do well for themselves with their talent. The illusion of outward mobility could be a good tool to control the masses. I know, I'm plotting again. It's just so much fun. I used to think that Decade was used for weaklings. I had no idea it could be so interesting to playing around people's expectations. And you know what else? I received an unsolicited gift the other day. One village in particular benefited immensely from the funding and supplies I brought up for artifact manufacturing. They put together some sort of art project. I didn't know exactly how to describe it. A bunch of wood and feathers woven together. It's horrid to look at, really. They gave me to me without me demanding. I've never been given a gift by anyone other than my father before. It feels good. Oh, hush. I will not tolerate no such slander. I do not have a soft spot. Well, you can say that in public. Let them think I have a small bit of tenderness in my heart. But don't you dare say it in private. I'm still the powerful, dispassionate empress I always been. I'm also getting full. We better roll out dessert before I don't have any room left for it. After we finish, let's brainstorm ideas on something to do together. Some sort of bonding activity. I want to kick off our new, closer relationship with something fun. We can do anything you want, just so long as I want to do it too. But until then, dessert is here. Let's begin, my little helper.